Folks, it's a pop-up book of battle maps, and it's good. I feel like that's all I really need to say. The Kickstarter's up there in the corner, and it's in the doohickey down below, and you can find me on the apps. And until next time, stay safe, have fun, love you. Okay, I know I need to show you more, I know. So let me just show you everything about these pop-up maps and how you can use them with our terrain and our minis. And yes, this is a paid Kickstarter preview, and the Kickstarter is ongoing, so you really don't have much time left. It's called Dungeons Pop by creator John Irons, who's already had several successfully completed Kickstarters. And let me just jump in and show you what all of this looks like. Folded up, they look just like a game board from a board game, and just unfold it and voila, you have a very cool 3D game map ready to go. It's designed on a 1-inch grid, so it's ready for your D&D, Pathfinder, Starfinder, and most other square grid-based games. And while there is scatter terrain built into the maps, you're probably gonna want more. You can bring a bag of whatever scatter terrain you already have, but they also include their own fold-up scatter terrain called mini pops. There are slots in the maps to accommodate them, and you can mix and match them on different maps. They also come with these little clear stands, which lets you use the mini pops on whatever map you're using, which is a great little option, especially for trees, which have always been a problem for me. So we can just spread these little mini pops out across our WizKids battle mats here, and we have a campsite-based encounter ready to go. Now the maps themselves measure 16 by 11 inches, and the map surface actually lets you use a dry erase marker on it if you want to jot down any notes or traps or runes or little pools of blood after a particularly epic battle. And with the product launch here, they're making 3 different maps. The one we've been looking at here is the Forsaken Ruins. It's an old castle or a keep that's fallen into disrepair. There's a big raised platform and an arcane summoning circle on the inside, just ready for a big boss encounter. You've got little walkways up above where you can station some enemy archers or casters to keep them out of melee danger. You've got the doors and the windows and staircases and landings. And what's very cool is that you can slot the minis onto the staircase, and they're actually pretty secure there. This one comes with 2 different broken building mini pops and a campsite with some tents. Next up is the TellTale Tavern. It's got little tables all set with food and drink and a bar and a fireplace and little windows and doors, and there's a little storage room with a hidden trap door. There's a bedroom with 2 beds. There's a stable in the back, some crates to steal from, and it comes with 3 mini pops, some trees, some bushes, and an old well. I think this is a map that you can use all the time, even if you don't necessarily have an encounter planned when your heroes stop in at the tavern for the evening. Go ahead and pull the map out and set it up just to keep your players on edge a little bit. And finally, we have the Broken Tower. It has 3 floors plus a landing for lots of verticality. It's got a ladder and stairs and walls and floors and doors and windows, all just there and ready to go. It's designed with 3 mini pops in mind: the withered tree, the wooden wagon, and the pile o' crates. You'll know that the doors can open and close on this one, and there are 3 stone walls that you can lift and lower as well. And there's a perfect encounter in Storm King's Thunder called the Old Tower that would be perfect with this map. Now, let me show you how you can connect Dungeon Pops to some of our other terrain. First, it really is a great thing to use just in combination with our WizKids battle mats or similar. It'll automatically open up an absolute ton of gameplay space and give you a place for your mini pops like we talked about a little earlier. But you can also just easily put your Dungeon Pops next to your Dwarven Force terrain or your Warlock tiles from WizKids or whatever terrain you're using. And you can bring your own scatter terrain pieces to flesh out your Dungeon Pops even more. The main pledge tier is $68 plus shipping. That gets you the Origin set, which includes the 3 large pop-up battle mats, the 9 mini pops, and the 9 mini pop stands, plus any unlocked stretch goals. And as I'm filming this, they've already unlocked 2 new mini pops, the Caravan and an old oak tree. They're only a couple of $1,000s away from a Portal mini pop, and I wouldn't be surprised if they get that unlocked before you see this. Now you can store the included mini pops with their respective maps, but now that we're getting more mini pops with stretch goals, where are we gonna store those? And also I've been thinking that it would be nice to have a little more open space for larger encounters. Well, the cool thing about Kickstarter is that we as the consumer can influence the development of the project, and the creator, John, has heard us. Now, if you like, you can add on an expansion board that looks like this. The expansion board is the same size as our regular boards, but this one can hold up to 9 unfolded mini pops, perfect for those forest campsite encounters. It's made of the same material as well, so you can write on it with those dry erase markers, and you can store your extra mini pops inside when you're not using them. The new board will hold 18 folded pops. You can add it to your pledge for $18, but if they reach $150,000 for the campaign, everyone's gonna get a free one with their base pledge for the Origin set. And you can get extras if you want even more room to play. There are other tiers as well. If you want to just try out one board of your choice before you go all in, you can get one and its associated little mini pops for $28 plus shipping. If you love the art style but play online, they have digital versions of the set which you can get for $24. And if you want more than one Origin set, you can get discounts by getting multiple sets using their higher pledge tiers. You can get 2 for $128, 3 for $188, 4 for $248, or 6 for $368. If you're looking for gifts for the holidays or for birthdays, this is a pretty cool one. Whenever I do these videos, I try to throw in my own suggestions for how they can improve the project, since they usually are still in development. In this case, I just have 2 small suggestions. For the Forsaken Ruins here, there's a little slight bend in the walls for when it's all folded up. I wonder if they could put like a little rigid tab here that could be used to hold the map, hold the wall open so it's straight. Although you can kind of just pull it open a little bit more and it ends up being kind of straight if you just flex it a little bit. But a little tab might be nice if it's possible. And the other suggestion I would make is a little sticker or something on the back to tell you which map it is before you have to take it out of the case or whatever, or off your shelf. And one day, there's probably gonna be a lot of these that exist, and you're not gonna have to take them all out and open them up to see which one is which. But otherwise, I am just very excited about the future of Dungeon Pops. I wanna see an adventure shop, I wanna see like a prison room, or a cliffside, something with verticality, a dungeon entrance. There's just so many possibilities, and maybe even larger maps. Maybe packs of 4 or 5 little maps that can be placed together to form like a little village or like an entire dungeon. And this is a great way just to run some fun one-shots at a convention or a game store. What a great way to introduce a new player to D&D. And they are including at least 3, maybe 4 5e adventures using these maps, so you'll be able to get a lot of mileage out of them. They're working with one-page rules and Titan Force to develop those, and they have some custom characters as well. And speaking of characters, this is a fun set to use with your 2D papercraft or acrylic minis as well. I think it brings this nice like whimsical vibe to the whole affair, and honestly it'll save you some money. Now, the usual Kickstarter caveats apply. I always vet the Kickstarters before I present them to you. I don't show you any Kickstarters that I wouldn't back myself, but Kickstarters are to develop new products, and there's always some level of risk, so I recommend reading through their page, their Kickstarter page, to make sure that you are comfortable before you back. And keep in mind that Kickstarter isn't a store. You won't get your Dungeon Pops right away. Their estimated delivery date is December 2023, and you will have to pay for shipping later on. Here are the estimated shipping costs as they stand now. If you have any questions about the project, just leave them for me down below. When we get the final products in hand, hopefully later this year, we are planning to do a full regular review of them, so be sure you're subscribed to see that. And if you're new to me, my name is Theo. I'm the co-proprietor of The Gallant Goblin over on YouTube, where we review minis and terrain and adventures and everything TTRPG. We also make our own supplements for D&D and Pathfinder, and Kobold plushies and pens and stickers and all sorts of stuff. My home is on YouTube, but you can also find me at all these fine establishments and over on our website at gallantgoblin.com. And until next time, stay safe, have fun, love each other, and I will see you next time at the Gallant Goblin.